Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. I am doing this video a kind of replying uh, Reno Omokri on his recent statement about Professor Ujuanya. I think Reno has come out to defend the UK on their role during the Biafran War. And in doing that, Reno made some gaffes that normally we would have ignored it, but I think it is better we reply because we don't reply it as if it is true. Uh, so what happens? He talked about what caused the Civil War, the 1966 coup, and how Igbos, all of the people that were killed were non-Igbos. He mentioned Okoti Igbo saying, they feel so bad. And you need to understand how the coup went. The plan was to also eliminate both Igbos. And the only thing is that the people who were sent to carry out the execution on the Igbo side didn't do what they are supposed to do. And you know what happened recently? The Queen, after the Queen's death, what the Igbo professor in the United States said. So a lot of people have come to attack the lady based on what she said, and hence an opportunity for Reno Omokri to unleash his hatred against an ethnicity. Meanwhile, whatever anyone does, you are too small, and Igbo is not one man. Just like every other ethnicity is not one man. Well, in saying your truth, try and say the truth properly. Reno Omokri, Reno Omokri, I don't know. I know you are the Yoruba extension. You are by extension, yeah. Because the Wari people are seen as Yoruba, and we understand some of what will come from you. That's the unreasonable ones among you. You said no Igbo man was killed in the coup. I will still later come to read an article on this, but let me share my own thoughts on the matter. The fact is that there is an Igbo man that was in charge of the storehouse, weapon house. I think Colonel Uneb, he was killed. So the attempt was also to eliminate Zeke and the rest, but the person that is supposed to carry out that execution did not do it. Maybe he tipped off because Zeke was, Ifajuna or Nisha, Zeke or Nisha. So I don't know why. Meanwhile, there is something you need to understand. It was not the collective interest of Ndigbo to kill certain people in the country. It was within them in the army. They knew what they want to do. They wanted to eliminate some people for their own, they know what. It was not agreed upon by all Igbos. Eliminate these people. No. But look at how the reprisal went. They killed Igbo officers, numerous of them. They started killing civilians. So that was what brought about, it escalated and resulted to the eastern part of the country saying we are not part of Nigeria. So you need to understand, when you want to tell a story, be truthful, be sincere in telling that story. While the reprisal was going on, they didn't just kill the army or the political people that are in the politics. In politics, civilian casualties were more. That was the 1966 pogrom. So when you want to tell a story, tell it properly. I'm so grateful you mentioned Ademoyega, who was part of the coup. You've not also heard about Atompera or Hassan Kasena, who were part. I'm not sure you mentioned them in your own record. But in case you don't know, these people were part of the coup. Yes, although we have 5 top majors, which also included a Yoruba man. But all of these people, have you heard Obasanjo report on these two? Omokri, you are a small boy, or let's assume you don't have accurate knowledge of what happened. At least you will have ask questions, just like I am. I didn't witness it, but we research just like you did. So it wasn't an Igbo coup, but just that certain things happened, and they were a majority of the people who were killed were minus Igbos, and everybody regretted it. Nobody was in support of that. It's a mistake, and that doesn't call for elimination or extermination of a whole race or attempt, because you can't exterminate a whole race. You can't, like, as Igbo, God will not allow you. Yes, we trust in God. But the attempt was to destroy Ndigbo, but it failed. So you can't just say it's an Igbo, we started it. How did we start it? Something that few officers arranged among themselves and carried out, an operation they carried out. How can you tag the whole Igbo on it? The whole of Ndigbo. Do you know what that means? Reno Omokri, I don't know whether you are paid, and I believe you've received certain transfer. Your bank alerts is no longer hitting red. You've collected loyalties from books you are selling. Perhaps it's not among the bestseller at this moment, and you choose to do say whatever you like. I know the few of you that were paid. The whole thing is about opposing P2B. Then you find an opportunity through Uju's reaction to Queen's death. So I will further read the write-up to correct you further on this. Now, the write-up by one of our brother, I will mention his name at the end of this reading the write-up. He said, Reno Omokri, you claim that no Igbo officer was killed at the January 1966 coup. Wickedness and hatred for the Igbos couldn't allow you to study history to know that Major Chris Anuforo, an Igbo, executed Colonel Arthur Unebu, an Igbo, too. That night, Anuforo Igbo executed Unebu, same night of the coup. Do you know what happened later to Major Anuforo? He was tortured and executed. In August 1966, some troops of northern origin from the 4th Battalion at Ibadan, after attending a funeral in Benin, learned that Anuforo and other January 15 conspirators were in Benin prison. The 4th Battalion troops then broke into Benin prison to exact revenge based on a January 15, 1966 coup. Major Anuforo and other soldiers in detention, such as Warrant Officer James Obu and B. Okuge, Sergeants Chukwu Obugara, and Ndukiife, were tortured and killed. A month earlier, the same northern troops broke into Abeokuta prison, tortured Major Donatus Okafor, and buried him alive. Well, according to the author of this write-up, he said, Nigeria needs healing today. Nigeria needs love today. Omokri, the anarchy you are building up will scatter. You have to be careful with what you say. You are the one that will arrange your own destruction by yourself. This guy is still, the author of the write-up still believes in Nigeria. I said Nigeria must succeed. Reno Omokri, your time is up. And he finished by his writing, I am from Ike Chinedu, Klinsman. I speak truth to Reno's lies. Anyway, that was a correction of Reno's gaffe. If you want to say anything, remove hatred so that you can say it clearly. Not just hatred, remove, maybe, when you are influenced by money, somebody paid in something to your account to run down the other person. You could say anything. Meanwhile, there are people who will always correct your lies. You don't have a monopoly of recession. Yeah. Anyway, this is where we round up on this one. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also click on the bell icon here on YouTube to get our updates anytime it drops. I remain your Azuka Uzo OJ. Bye bye for now.